this is just a video that collects all of my shorts together, and it's just to show what an A-level student does in a week. So it covers everything from your personal statement to your admissions exams to any other test I was having this week. Not this week, for like the past 12 days. So yeah, I thought I might as well just like put all my shorts in one video so you can see exactly what I was doing throughout the past like 12 days. So here it is. Bang. Everyone stop what you're doing. I need to tell you something very important right now. I've got a computer science exam tomorrow and I haven't revised, so I'm going to try and do all one topic in one day. Let's go. What I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, you're going to find out now. So first of all, I'm going to use PMT 1.1.3 networks is the topic for computer science A level. The unit test that we're going to have tomorrow, we're going to go through all of these notes. I'm going to put them onto Anki, which I'm going to open up now actually. Then I'm going to go into class Ooze to get more detailed notes, so my notes are perfect. And then I'm going to go into Creating Dave to make sure that all of my notes are super perfect. Then I'm going to go onto my school's PowerPoints to make sure that all of my notes are correct with the specification and super perfect. And then I'm going to go back onto PMT and do all of the past papers. Not all of the past papers, all of the questions, and hopefully then once I've done all of that, I should be ready to get full marks on the exam tomorrow. Okay then, peace out, bye. Okay, so I just finished the Bison Maths booklet for Corpio Year 2, Chapter 2, Maclaurin Expansion. And now I just want to reiterate this point because it is very important for you to do all the work ahead of time. So when I get into classroom for further maths, I would have already done this booklet. So it would just be me reviewing the whole entire course again, the whole entire chapter again. So it's just literally that one step ahead that gets you ahead of everybody else if you really want to get that A star. And also, just another tip, Bison Maths booklets are the greatest thing on planet Earth, I swear. Honestly, it's just you just pay for the Bison Maths subscription of £20 a month or whatever it is, and then you can just use OBS to record all the videos if you can't pay for more than 1 month. It is honestly one of the greatest investments you can ever make for maths and further maths. Okay, well, update. It's 11 o'clock at night, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner. And although I do have a computer science exam tomorrow, it clearly looks like I don't, because if you see over here, we have an exam on 1.1.3 networks, 1.3.3 networks, and I've only done one thing. There's all of these things. This is like a timetable that I made for myself, like a check off what I can do. And there's all of these things that I've done, and I've only done one of them so far. So right now I'm just going to bang out for an extra hour and do the online textbook and do the PowerPoint and also do the past papers until around about midnight. Past midnight, I literally cannot be asked anymore, and then I need to sleep. So if I don't get sleep, I'm not going to be able to function. If I don't function, I can't do well for the computer science exam. So probably a good compromise to sleep at 12 o'clock. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep on revising until 12. After 12, I'm just going to nap, pray for the best, and yeah, should get full marks, hopefully. We'll see, even though I haven't done any revision. Okay, bye. So, if you saw my YouTube short yesterday, you would have known that I have a computer science test today, and I spent all of yesterday revising. So, given that I revised the whole entire chapter in one day, how did it go? It went pretty well. Yeah, it was 20 marks, 20 minutes, so it wasn't a long test. It was only a topic test. And although I don't know anything, to be fair, I wasn't really paying attention even though I should have in the A-level class, but yeah. I learned everything in one day. I mean, I guess during my mathematics class I was going over my flashcards, which I probably shouldn't have been doing, but it's alright. And yeah, there was one 4-marker question that I didn't understand, but I just waffled until the time was finished, and then yeah, we gave our papers back in. We're going to get our papers back tomorrow, I think, hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, I'll let you know what I got. I have a mathematics test tomorrow, which means that I'm going to try and cram everything today because I haven't been revising. Don't worry about that. That's when I got full marks. We had a test today and I got full marks in it, so I'll flex. So forget about that. We have a mathematics test, not our further mathematics test. That's on Monday, but I'll keep you up to date about that as well. The mathematics test, we're going to be using Bison Maths. We're going to be using the math textbook, and we're going to be using Integral, if you can see over there in the tabs. And I've got a notebook over here. I've got a notebook over here. This is my 12th. This is gonna be my 13th notebook now. Crazy. And yeah, we're just gonna cram and cram and cram until I've gotten the hang of the first 4 chapters. This test is only gonna be on the first 4 chapters of Pure Year 2 Mathematics, namely these 4 right here. If you want more information, go to the other YouTube short. Otherwise, I'm gonna start studying now. So peace out. Well, just an update on my mathematics exam progress. Not exam progress, revision progress for my exam tomorrow. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go see the other short. But I basically finished off book 12, gone to book 13. I did all of the review exercise, and I've done also the mixed exercise for the chapter 4 and chapter 2. Most of the mixed exercise, the exam style questions, and some other questions that I got, particularly 2.6 and 2.7. Not 2.6. 2.5 and 2.7. But yeah, I've used that much pages of book 13 now, so I think I've done enough work. Can't be asked to do any more. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I want to just do whatever now, go to sleep probably, and then let's see what I get tomorrow. Let's go. Okay, so I've just spent the past hour fixing up my personal statement. If you want, here's a quick read of it. Yep. Although I can't show it to you yet fully because spoilers. But it says version 3, but this is more like version 13. There are so many versions that I had to put it onto a separate Google document, which is, yeah, you can guess how many versions there must be then. And if you're wondering what the printout is, if you've been following, I've got a physics exam tomorrow. Not tomorrow, today is Friday. I've got a physics exam on Monday. So I'm going to print out all the physics A-level paper 1 past papers from 2017 all the way to 2023 and do all of them. So I'm prepared. And yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to spend around about half an hour doing this because it takes quite a while for the printer to print out these. And I finished editing my personal statement. That was just for me to show you. So yeah, I've got the cricket on back in the background, so I can just watch that while this prints out. So yeah, afterward I'm going to start my physics practice. So see you then. So I want to really explain to you how to revise physics, because I know some of you find physics really hard, and I know physics is the hardest A level that you can take. So here's how to revise physics A level in 60 seconds. There's 2 things that you need to understand. I'm holding only up one thumb, but there's 2 things. First thing, you need to have a conceptual understanding for physics, meaning you have to understand, not memorize, understand the topic inside out. And you can do that many ways. Flashcards, mind maps, taking notes, although I prefer to use flashcards. So you can see what flashcards I use. I have some videos planning to show you how I use my flashcards in order for me to help me understand all the physics and therefore recall it in the exam. The second thing is just active recall, which is just, everybody says active recall. Do they know what it means? Probably not. It just means past papers. Past papers, questions, all the shebang. So that's just the 2 ways. Just keep on doing that again and again. PMT, past papers, and then understanding. And then see when you get wrong. Those parts you need to understand again, and then do more past papers. So yeah, bye. Hey, so as you may know, I have a physics exam on Monday. Today is Friday, so I printed out all the physics past paper 1 A level for me to do, and I'm going to do some flashcards in order to revise physics. But you may also know I have a further maths exam, which is why I'm going to do all of the basic maths questions. It's only going to be on complex numbers and methods of differences and Maclaurin expansion. So I'm going to do all the basic maths questions based on that, as you can see over here. Then I'm going to do all the PMT past paper questions as well. And then after I do all of those, I should be ready for the further maths exam. And after I do all of these, paired up with the Anki flashcards over there, I should be ready for the physics exam. So that's the plan for the next couple of days. Let's go! Okay, so in 2 days, I have my physics exam and my further mathematics exam. So I've got a to-do list here for what I want to do for the day. You can pause and read that if you want to. But also at the same time, I want to be sure I'm keeping up with all of the further mathematics content we're being taught. So I'm going to learn a hyperbolic function before we learn it in class. So I'm ahead of the pack. And yeah, I'm just going to go through all of this. This is the first thing I have to do today. Although it's like 12 o'clock now, so tiny bit late, but I should be able to get everything done. Do that, do like two papers of those, do the mix exercises. That's optional, I don't need to do that. That's optional, I don't need to do that. Any homework I have, but that's sort of optional as well because I've done most of the homework. At least the homework that's due for Monday, so I don't need to do that either. So it's really just this one that I've got a star next to. This is the most important one I have to get done today. And also the Anki flashcards as well. Preparing for my physics exam. The further mathematics exam isn't going to be that hard. Okay, so I literally just spent the past 2 hours doing all of hyperbolic functions part A. Yep, 6. So chapter 6, part A from the Bison Maths playlist over here. And I've nearly finished. I'm on episode 4 out of 5. Got episode 4 and episode 5 left. Nearly finished with the booklet as well. But I literally cannot be arsed anymore. So I'm just going to take a break. Otherwise, I'm not going to learn anything. Yeah, that's about it. This is dumb. It's not hard. It's just annoying and it's dumb. It's just... why? That's how I feel for most of maths. What happened to the normal SATs days where you just had the SATs papers and you just do like 1 + 1, 2 + 2, 3 + 2? Those were the days, man. Those were the days. But oh well, at least I'm gonna get a star on this, inshallah. Yeah, that's about it. Bye. Okay, so I'm just in the park right now. Beautiful day outside. You should really go in the park in the morning, especially at the week. It's so nice outside, and it's the first thing that you can do, and it's the best thing that you can do. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about right now. What I want to talk about is I've got a physics exam tomorrow, if you've been following, so I need to find a way to prepare for that. What's even worse, it's getting worse and worse now, the fact that I have to travel today, so I can't really get that much studying in. So here's the way that I can study whilst I'm traveling. Of course, I'm not going to be the one who's driving. So whilst in the passenger seat, because I want to do good in my physics exam, I'm going to be doing flashcards, Anki flashcards, like I've said before. And the way that I'm going to be doing these, I'm going to release a video soon about how I make my Anki flashcards, but I'm just going to go through all my Anki flashcards that I have for physics on the topics that we're going to be tested on. And then hopefully I'll be able to do all of them by the end of today. So that's the plan, yeah. So I just did the 2024 UKMT Senior Mathematical Challenge. I'm in year 13. It is 1st of October. I just did it. How are my reactions? It was not that bad of a paper. I believe it was better than last year's. Last year I did it and I got a gold. This year I did it and I think I'm going to do even better. To be honest, I don't really pay much attention to it. Last year I really wanted to do well, so I actually did some of the past papers, but this year I couldn't be bothered because I was focusing on my A-levels and my mocks and my personal statement and all that stuff. But it wasn't that bad. The questions were obviously hard. The last 5 questions were obviously very difficult. But apart from that, there were a lot of questions where if you just thought about it logically and used some basic mathematical skills, you would have been alright. I mean, I can't talk about the question specifically because of like copyright, but I'll talk more about it on my main channel, so make sure you subscribe. Okay, so I just did the UKMT 2024 Senior Mathematical Challenge, and to be honest, it wasn't that bad. There were a lot of questions that were very easy. I think, to be honest, I'm going to get around about 21 out of 25. I did a UKMT last year and I got a gold, which isn't that bad, I guess. I want to try and go into Olympiad this year, but we'll see. Maybe 20, if I get 21 out of 25, I might be able to get into Olympiad, but that's if I get 21. I think I'm going to get at least 13 I know are correct, which means I'm going to get at least a gold, which is nice. But apart from that, I think to push for Olympiad is going to be quite difficult, but let's see what happens. If I get, I'll post it on here, and if I don't get, I'll post whatever I got on here. But yeah, I'm guessing my prediction is going to be gold. I'm going to get a gold. At least 13 or 15 out of 25. Yeah, that's about it. Peace. Okay, so the plan is I've got a physics test tomorrow. I was going to have the physics test on Monday, but then the teacher wasn't in, so let's go. But I don't revise for it anyway, so it doesn't matter. This is the only time that I'm going to be able to revise. Right now, if you can see over there, it is 6:18, and I've got to do all these physics class papers, which I'm going to do. And then once I do that, I'm going to go through this book and do all of the practice questions that you see all over there. All of these practice questions for all the topics that's going to come up. For your information, and topics that are going to come up include Section 1, Section 2, Section 3, Section 4, and Section 6. I didn't do this. I bought this book used, so that's why that's like that. And I'm going to do all the questions from the CGP book as well, which is over here. So a lot to do. So I've got a further maths exam on Thursday. Today is Tuesday, the 1st of October, and it will be including the chapters Complex Numbers and Maclaurin series. So if I can just show you right here, I can't even get to the page. It'll include complex numbers and series, just these two chapters. It's not going to be that bad. I'm going to do the mixed exercises for both, and then try to do all the exam style questions from them and the problem solving questions and any other questions that may seem difficult. Yeah, but apart from that, I should be good. I should be good to do the test. I might do the PMT questions as well. We'll see, but that's about it. Okay, so this is the final couple of days now before I have to submit my personal statement in. Today is the 1st of October, and I have to submit my personal statement on the 4th of October. 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that. And I know it just says version 4, but I'm pretty sure this is like version 13 or even 14 at this point because of how many times I had to. This is a new document that I had to make because there were so many versions that I could not keep track of it. Anyway, so far it's good. These first two paragraphs are basically spot on. I might change the opening a tiny bit and there's a couple of things that I can delete because it's a little bit too fillery right now. This paragraph needs work. It's my extracurriculars paragraph. I need to just get rid of it or like trim it down greatly. Conclusion is beautiful. And yeah, I need to include my work experience paragraph as well into it. So a lot to do, but let's see if I can do it. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to try to do it today. Okay, so today is the 1st of October, as you can see over there. Sorry about my laptop being so messy. I need to clean it up actually. But anyway, I have the TMUA, which is a test of mathematical university admission, which is right there in 15 days, which is approximately 2 weeks. So I'm kind of nervous about it, if you cannot hear from my voice already, and there's a lot to do. I have to do all these past papers. I have to do basically everything that I can in order to get a good mark on the TMUA, because it's very, very easy, which means that everybody's going to do very well on it, which means that I need to do exceptional on it in order to get into a good university, which means a lot of work for me. Hooray! Not really hooray. So yeah, I'm just gonna do these again and again, practice these, not just these past papers, but anything that else I can find on the internet, and I'll keep you up to date with how my progress is going for the TMUA. So make sure you subscribe in order to get notified about this. Okay, so I have got so much stuff to do. There's tests, there's exams. Tests and exams are the same thing. There's homework, there's an admissions test, there's a personal statement I have to do. And if you're in this situation as well, if you're in year 13, if you've ever been in year 13, or if you've ever been stressed and feel like there's so much stuff to do and feel like everything is cramping up, then you come to the right place. How do you become organized? It's very easy to become disorganized, and it's very hard because you always have to keep on top of things to become organized. What I'd say is though, if you literally cannot start from anywhere, just forget everything, just make it poof, go away in your head, and just think about one thing. Think about the next thing that you need to do. Think about what would be the number one thing that I have to do right now, and do that. That's what's keeping me organized, semi-organized, sort of like trying to keep the jigsaw piece together, even though it's trying to fall apart, but that's how I'm trying to coast along, so yeah. Okay, so as you can see, and if you have a pair of eyeballs, which hopefully you do, you can see that I've gotten all A stars in my predicted UCAS predicted grades for the subjects that I'm doing: computer science, further maths, mathematics, and physics. So I'm very thankful for this, even though I feel like this is a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, but I feel like I should be able to handle it, which means I just need to do a lot of work in order to basically grind 24/7 in order to get all these grades. But in the end, it'll be worth it. So today's the 3rd of October. There's 13 days, just under 2 weeks left until I have to do the TMUA, which is the admissions test that I need to do in order to get into Imperial. So here's my checklist for how to get a 9, which is the maximum grade that you can get, which you need to get 40 to 40, 20 on both papers, paper 1, paper 2, on the TMUA. Well, first things first, I need to do all of the papers 3 times. And here are all the papers on PMT. There's a lot. It looks like a lot, but it's not that much, trust me. And I need to emulate exam conditions properly, which means 75 minutes paper 1, 75 minutes paper 2 with a 5-minute break in between. Then I need to do all the step resources and integral. The step resources and integral include all of this stuff right here, which is a lot. Then I need to do all the step resources which are provided by Cambridge, which is all of that. And then I need to watch all the walkthroughs that are provided for the TMUA past papers, fix any weaknesses that I have, go on YouTube or Reddit to see any like tips or tricks, and then read the notes and logic section. So that's it. Okay, so it's 12:30 in the morning, and I'm still writing my personal statement. I'm on version 5. Look at how big my personal statement is. I just added in my work experience paragraph, which is all of this. And if you want to read, you can read it, but this is just way too much writing. And I realized, oh, hang on a second, let me check my personal statement against a proper UCAS personal statement checker. And okay, it said 3,700 characters, but that was because I cut out a paragraph. Let me add everything in. 62 lines taken up. I forgot that the line character thing was line count rule was there as well. 47 lines. Because the UCAS personal statement thing is smaller box, smaller dimension, is going to be more lines taken up per unit of space. This is too much for my brain to handle, please. Okay, so 12 days left. 12 days left? Yeah, 12 days left until the TMUA, the Test of Mathematical University Admissions, which means that I have to grind for it until I get 40 out of 40 in both papers. So that's what I'm going to do right now. What I've got up here is paper 1. That's paper 2, actually. What I've got here is paper... Where's paper 1? That's paper 2. I will get paper 1 up as well. But I'm going to do both papers in the same sitting because that's going to realistically relate to how it's going to happen in the actual exam. And I've got a timer over here. That should say actually 165 minutes, which is what? 2 hours and 45 minutes? Because that's modelling how it's going to actually be in the real exam. So I'm going to do these papers. I might record while I'm doing them. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's go! I'm going to mark the papers as I go along, otherwise it's going to take too long to mark as well, if you're interested. So although that may take away some from the time, but it shouldn't be that bad. Okay, bye. Okay, so I just did the 2018 TMUA paper 1 and a post-match press conference over here. I need to get back quickly because my time is running out. I'm doing both of the exams in the same sitting to sort of imitate how the actual exam conditions will be like. But anyway, forget about that. How did the exam go? The exam went pretty well. I think I'm going to get like 17 or 18 out of 18 because I haven't really done the exam conditions before, like properly like this. And I need to go to toilet midway, so that took off some of my time. But I think if I had a little bit more time, I could have gotten at least like a 19 or 20 out of 20. Not bad, which means that in this next test, I hope to get like 20. Of course, everybody wants to get full marks in the exam. Nobody wants to get like 0 marks. But if you look at whatdotheyknow.com, and if you can see over here, it says this is the paper that I was doing, and this is the timer that I'm currently on. You know what's funny? I'm on book number 14 right now. I just finished book number 13 because I was doing the TMUA past paper, 2018 paper. This is the paper 2 I'm doing now under time conditions. So now I'm on book 14. And it's just crazy to think that I've gone through 13 books. And it's not like these books that I filled like 1 word per page. It's like filled up properly. This is just some random work I was saying. Like everything has something. Okay, well, not that page, but most of the pages are actually filled up properly, which means that I'm not just wasting pages, it's just that I'm actually just writing so much. Maybe I could use be a little bit more constrained in how big I write, but it shouldn't matter that much because at least I'm writing. Like if I'm trying to constrain myself to writing in between the lines, then that might stop me from revising at all. So at least it helps me to revise when I write big. Maybe a good tip for you to write big when you write in maths and English. So I'm just doing a TMUA past paper right now. This is a 2018 paper 2. And right now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go through the whole entire thing, not look at the answers, but I'm going to do the whole entire thing. But I just realized there's clicked in my brain. I realized there's always going to be a question on binomial expansion. The first question in paper 1 and paper 2 is going to be about differentiation. And in the paper 2 is always going to be these type of logic questions, which will become easier once I've read the logic and notes section on the TMUA website. But it's just something to note. So I'm going to write that down actually in the margins over here, like everything that's from my brain onto the page, so at least I can visualize my thoughts. And that's a very useful and powerful tactic that can help you to really understand what you're learning. So I recommend everybody to do that. Okay, so I'm just doing the TMUA 2018 past paper right now. It's paper 2 to help me revise for the TMUA. And one quick thing to notice in terms of timing and managing and organizing your time when you're doing the actual exam is if you're able to do the first 5 questions before, because an exam is 75 minutes long, so if you're able to do the first 5 questions before the 1 hour mark begins, that means you essentially have 15 questions to do in 60 minutes. And that's actually plausible as well, because the first 5 questions of every exam, if you see over here, are, if you pause the video and do it, they're not actually that hard. They're quite easy. You can do them quite fast, which means that you have enough time at the end to do 15 questions in 60 minutes, which is 4 minutes a question. Considering the multiple choice, it shouldn't be that hard. So that's what I'd recommend you to do in terms of managing and scheduling your timing. So I've done the TMUA 2018 paper 1 and paper 2 in one sitting. Well, not in one sitting, I had to go away in the last part because I had to go somewhere. But anyway, that's all done. I've marked as well, although I didn't do any green pen, but I kept tally of the score using the solutions provided by PMT, as you can see over here. All of these solutions, and I have gotten a grand total of, drum roll please, it's going to be obviously one of these, I'm not going to get a dumb score like bloody 0. I got a score of 35. So is that good? Is that bad? I'm not sure. I think to get into university, to get a solid chance of getting into university, I need to get at least 37. Say 37, ideally, of course, 9. So at least 38 I need to get. So I think I should be able to get from 35 all the way to 38. Just as 3 more marks, but those 3 marks are going to be the hardest to get. So yeah, that was the... So yeah, that was a week in the life of what I was doing as an A-star student. If you saw, my predictions are all A-stars, so that means I'm an A-star student now. And yeah, there wasn't that much stuff that I did that was varied. It was just revising for exams, admissions exams and personal statement. That's basically all it was. There was the senior maths challenge and the TMUA, that was the most proficient thing, but that's basically it. I need to make a follow-up video on the PMT flashcards, physics flashcards, will do that as well. And I'll make a follow-up video on the UKMT. So yeah, that's about it. I'll see you next time.